Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celeste, and welcome to season 4, episode 16. We're
Mhm.
excited to be back. On this week's episode, we're going to be discussing books we started the year with, and then talk a little bit about what we're currently reading. But first, I did send Jenny this link to a Penguin Random House kind of like quiz where they choose your next read for you. So I thought it would be fun to do. I have water today because it is really early in the day.
It is
Do you
really
have?
early. I have my water jug and I also have a watermelon energy drink and I made it look like an actual drink. So it's like a little energy
So cute.
mocktail. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
It looks really
I'm
good
I'm
too.
struggling today, so I need to wake up.
It was it was a toss up between like tea or water, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just get the water out and be done with it.
Can't
It's
go
super.
wrong with water.
So as I said, I sent Jenny this Penguin Random House. What book should you read next? Quiz. I didn't know they had this on their website. I was randomly scrolling it and I was like, "Oh, this sounds fun." And it says it takes about 30 seconds. So it's really quick. It's probably just like 4 or 5 questions and
Yeah.
then they pick their book for you. So I'm
Hopefully
interested
it's a
to
good
see.
one.
I hope so too. I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it's something I've read before or like something completely new. And if it's good enough, I might just actually pick it up. But if not, don't hold me to it.
It'll land somewhere on your
Oh, it,
TBR.
yes, my never ending. So it asks you, do you prefer fiction or nonfiction? So I'm definitely picking fiction.
Facts.
And then the next question is Wix. Which fiction genre are you looking to read next? Is it general fiction, historical fiction, romance, mystery and thriller, science fiction, and fantasy?
I'm going
What do
with
you
sci-fi fantasy.
Sci-fi fantasy? So, interesting enough, my last 3 books have been fantasy. So I'm gonna go romance. Surprise, surprise.
I picked fantasy because I know my next read that I'm picking up is going to be a type of fantasy, so that's why I
Okay,
picked it.
makes sense. So our questions are going to be different this time, I'm sure,
Mhm.
because you
Yeah.
chose sci-fi and I chose romance. So do you want to go first with your questions?
All right. What's your favorite science fiction or fantasy subgenre? Afrofuturism, cozy fantasy, dark fantasy, dystopian romantasy, and speculative fiction. I'm gonna pick romantasy.
That's fun. So mine is, what's your favorite romance trope? Enemies to lover, fake relationships, forced proximity, sports romance, Western romance, or workplace romance? So it's a toss-up between enemies to lovers or fake relationships because I'm a sucker for a good fake relationship. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Because I don't remember the last fake kind of romance I've read, so.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. Yeah, I noticed. So it brings up you have to sign up for it. But it says optional. So if we
It says
exit out of it,
optional. So what if you just press OK?
nah.
No. Optional, but not optional. Is it? Did you exit out and then it's
I
still gonna be
didn't. I didn't exit out. I'm scared.
okay.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna just put in my email.
I mean, I already have their like newsletter stuff, so it's not gonna hurt
Me
anything,
too.
right?
So this should be
All right,
interesting.
I'm just gonna do it.
That's so funny. Submit. Oh, I read this one already. Did you read yours?
No.
Oh, you just exited out.
No. I have one. Every time we play these games, I get books that I will never read
Oh, okay.
for one reason or another.
Right,
But
right.
this one is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for an Enemy by Bridget Knightley. I won't be reading that one.
Th-
You can just Google the book if you
Uh-huh.
want to and probably figure out why I wouldn't read it.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you after.
Yeah, no worries. So I got The Love Hypothesis by Ali
Oh,
Hazelwood, and I've
okay.
already read it. So,
Okay.
and I'm excited for the movie. So maybe I should do a reread before the movie comes out.
Yeah. I wanted to try and pick it up because I told you before I DNF'd that one.
Yeah.
I wanted to try and pick it up, so I might, but I'm
Hmm.
not gonna put too much
Maybe
stock
the
into it.
audiobook.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah, just do the audio because then you're like just listening to it and like
Yeah. I'll
it,
wait
I
till
feel
like
like
the
actually
movie releases.
sometimes through a book that you don't really
Yeah.
want to is harder, but listening to it to me is easier. And then you can
Mm-hmm.
go at your own pace and not feel so much pressure too.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that might be the way to go. But
I'll
yeah, I
do
read
that.
that one already. Womp womp. All right, so let's get into some of the books we've already started the year with. Like I said, I've already
What?
started with three fantasy books. So that
That's
usually,
wild.
I think last year I kind of went that route too. I think my first two or three books were fantasy as well, and then I just fell off fantasy
Yeah.
and just dove into like romance, obviously, and like some random ones from here to there. But I don't think I read a lot of fantasy
I don't
last
think
year,
I
which
did
is
either,
shocking.
which is crazy.
No, I feel like you were really in your like thriller, horror kind
Yeah.
of
I think
era for you.
it was almost like yours. Like I started with some fantasy and then I went into horror and I never left.
Mm-hmm. Because even Thrum, even though it's like sci-fi, it still had that like,
That
you
horror
know,
element.
horror element to it. So like
Yeah.
that's the the farthest I've gone in that kind of
Yeah.
genre.
But I'm glad you
So
did it.
yeah, that was a really good one. That's a really good audiobook. Like if you're looking for a good audiobook to listen to, Thrum is
Yeah.
definitely like I'm so happy you had me read it because it was really good.
Good. I'm glad.
I still think about it from time to time. And it's crazy because, well, I didn't really do like a end of the year roundup, but that definitely would have been on one. I just
Oh,
was
good.
too lazy to do one. Like a end of the year roundup
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I feel like that was a vibe for a lot of people,
Hmm.
honestly.
I
I feel
feel
like
like
people were just like, what?
2025, yeah, I feel like 2025 really took a lot from a lot of people, and I just felt like
Yeah.
I'll try again next year. Let's see how next year goes.
We'll be better this year.
Yeah, I'm trying not to put
Maybe.
too much pressure because it's like, oh my God, I got to do my roundup. I got to do this or that. And I'm noticing people are doing it later and later. Like someone I follow, she recently did her, top 2025 reads. And I was like, you know what? Good for you. Who says you have to do it before January 1st
That's right.
anyway?
She got it
So
done.
she got it done. Will I do that? Probably not.
No, I won't. 2025 is done and over for me. I'm not even thinking about it anymore.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
All right. So what is 2026 looking like for you then?
Oh God. Well, I started off with a fiction and a
Okay.
romance.
Nice.
Okay, so for
Proud.
January, thanks. I finished two books and I'm currently reading two books. So I'll just do the ones that I finished. So
Yeah.
the first one is 1984
I've
by
seen
George
that
Orwell.
everywhere.
Have you read it though?
No, I have not, but I hear really good things about
I
it.
need you to read it.
Mm-hmm.
I need everyone to fucking read this book. So,
Mm-hmm.
disclaimer though, I lost like 10 followers after I posted this book. It was like within like half the
Well,
day.
good riddance to
It was
them.
just
Bye.
going. So I don't care. Bye. Like you shouldn't
Right.
be here anyway.
Right.
But my issue is are you removing me as your follower? Because I don't want to be following somebody who is mad about me reading
I
this
hate
book.
that. Yeah.
So
Mm.
like I wouldn't know. Like I'm not gonna
Right.
go in there searching like who I'm following that's not following me or whatever.
That takes too
That's
much
too much
time.
work.
I don't know how
That's too
people
much work, but I
have
just happened to
spreadsheets
notice.
on their followers, okay?
No,
I
I can't do
can't do
that.
that. I can't do that.
No, I'm
But I
over
feel
that.
like if it was someone like you wouldn't be able to relate to, eventually something on their For You page is gonna pop up and you'll delete them because that's happened to me. Like I'm
That's
like, okay, I'm
true.
following someone, and then whatever the reason, because it could be any reason. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. It could just be like, I don't like that book, so I'll follow. Like it could be
Oh
anything.
my God.
It could be like, oh, you don't like the team I like, so bye.
That is
Especially
true.
right now during playoffs, okay? I don't need to
Yes.
see these teams that I don't like.
Protect your space,
Yes.
right? Protect it. All right. So a lot of people have read this book. It's a super old book, 1984 by George Orwell. It's set in a time of totalitarianism where people are living under full government control. So they're basically under surveillance in their private life and public life,
Hmm.
which is insane.
Yeah.
So we get firsthand look at the main character, Winston, who basically remembers just like a smidget of his life before, but he works under the Big Brother, which is like the government, and his job is to rewrite past documents like newspapers,
Oh,
books,
wow.
articles, like he gets them, he rewrites things that the government doesn't want in there like for the public to see and then sends it off sends it off and publishes it. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's that's like a huge fear of mine.
Yeah, for
Think about
sure.
that shit all the fucking
Mm-hmm.
time. All the time.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if the government wants you to think that the sky is green, you need to think that the sky is green and not blue. And they don't want you to just like, oh, I'm just gonna pretend like it's green, but I know that it's blue. No, they want you to want to know that it's green.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scary part about it. And that's like the biggest theme throughout this whole book. They want you to believe what they want you to believe. Winston's old enough to know that that's not right. What he's doing is wrong. So he starts to rebel. He ends up in this love affair and everything starts to unravel for him. You get to see how like the government takes total control and leaves people powerless and hopeless, living under constant fear. It's to me, what I liked most about it is the fact that it was written in 1945, set in 1984, but relevant today. Like,
So
that's
crazy.
insane work to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I can't, like, I
I
don't know
feel like
how.
I feel like a lot of those like old books are still revel how do you say it? Relevant to today. And like it's freaky because their future, when they think of the future, they thought that we wouldn't have autonomy over a lot of things.
Mm,
So there was that fear even back then. And to
that
be present day reading stories like that is really scary when you think about it.
it is.
Ugh, but I've heard, like I said, I've seen it everywhere. A lot of people have been quoting it, so it's definitely
Hmm.
something I'm interested in reading. So I'm happy you read it and you're able
Yeah,
to take on it because I was
yeah,
super
you definitely
interested.
should. I
Mm-hmm.
like, so I bought the 75th edition of it because um Dolan Perkins Valdez, the one who did Let Us Descend. I read that like a year or two ago and I really loved it. But even like her, she has a whole introduction in this book. And even that, I
Hmm.
was like reading through it, like that alone was good. And then I was
Right.
just like, oh yeah, I definitely have to finish this book. But
Hmm.
it was amazing. His other book, Animal Farm, I heard is even better. So I'll
I've
be
heard
reading
that
that
one
at some
too.
point.
That sounds really
Yeah.
familiar too.
Yeah. So
No, that's a good start to your year, like
I
reading.
know it was heavy.
It was heavy, but like at least it brings conversation.
Yeah. And
Um,
haters.
and haters. Whatever.
Bye.
Bye. So, one of the books that I read was a dark academia fantasy, and this is called The Secret Worlds of Maggie Gray by Granger. And it centers around this girl, not like thrown in, but she's invited to this HBCU, but it's a magical HBCU that's hidden under Atlanta. So it's like this whole underworld of supernaturals. And she's invited because her professor believes she might have ties to this very powerful vampire family. And they kind of run the college and this underworld or this portion of the underworld. And technically she shouldn't be tied to this family because in order for them to have had power, they had to give up reproducing, like having more children or changing. I don't know how their process really works yet because I like this book because it is an introduction. So this is book one of a series. So we're
Okay.
getting a lot of information dumping and a lot of perspectives at the same time because we're introduced to Maggie, but when we're introduced to her and she starts making friendships, we're introduced to other characters and now their point of views are added into the story. So this isn't like a singular storyline. This is like multiple storylines that are interconnected.
That's cool. I like that.
And we're unraveling each person's story as they're entering it. Like we don't have a lot of information that they don't have. So we're learning a lot of the things with them. So Maggie goes to this college and she befriends a siren, a witch, and a nymph, and they kind of become the four friends. And as I said, they each have their own story and reason to be at this particular college. And what's interesting about this college is like it's a college, but it's also like just like a huge school community because you could
Mhm.
be like seven going into this school to like your late 30s, early 40s. Like there's a huge age
Huh.
range within this community because it's really hard to get in. So you may not get in as a child, but you might get in as a teen or in your 20s. And you're learning about your powers, you're learning about the history, but even within their history, there's dark secrets. And because she's a vampire, the werewolves at the school don't like her. And there's a particular werewolf teacher who's supposed to be watching her. And they have that, love, hate, forbidden romance kind of thing going on. So like that is interesting. Yes. And then her siren friend, um, she's a siren, but she doesn't like to swim. She doesn't like to go and like have her powers and things like that because she was traumatized as a kid and she's the last of her particular kind. Like there's other sirens, but of her like her people, she's the last one. So she's very like she's a hot commodity kind of thing. And they want her to have relations with this other siren. So they're pushing them together, but they don't like each other. So it's a lot going
Like a
on with
breeding kink.
yes. So there's a lot going on and it's funny. They have this talking cat that it's a man trapped in a cat's body because he was cursed and like now he's friends with them and it's really really good. It's definitely a page turner, but it is a lot of information and it is a lot of perspectives. So it could be overwhelming for some, but I
Mhm.
like stories like that because I like getting different perspectives and like seeing
Yeah.
how everyone views certain situations and things. So it ends on a cliffhanger and it ends in a way where I feel like book two is gonna be a whodunit kind of thing.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
interesting.
So I'm really like I've started a couple chapters of book two, but then I put a pause on it for a little bit because I have so many books I want to read at the same time. So I
Yeah.
put a little pause on it, but like I
Hmm.
keep going back to it because I need to know what happened. So it's really good. I think you would enjoy it too. It is
It
a lot
sounds
of
really good. I'm definitely adding
but
it. I think I already
mhm.
added it, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'll double check.
And
But I
so
love a
far,
good cliffhanger. I don't understand how people don't. Like
mm-hmm.
it makes it more exciting to get to the next one.
Yeah.
So,
And I like that I don't know if it's a finished series, but I want to continue it soon only because I get into this process where like, okay, I'll get back to it. And then by the time I get to the book two or book three, I don't know what happened in book one.
yeah.
And that's why I have to like get behind Legendborn really soon because that's how I'm feeling about Legendborn and Bookmarked. And I feel like I'm gonna have to read like Bookmark a little bit. Bloodmark, sorry.
Bloodmark.
I keep saying
I know, I was
Bookmark.
like, did she say bookmark
Bloodmark.
or not?
Blood Bloodmark.
Bloodmarked.
I need to read Oathbound. I really, 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 really need to read it because I don't want to start Oathbound and be like, what the fuck happened? Like I don't remember. So
Yeah, and even me
a
who
series that have to try
I
and
had
finish it.
reread it like pretty close to when Oathbound came out, and I still had to go back and look at some of my notes
But
because it's pretty
and
heavy.
that's not a bad thing. It's not a
No, not
bad
at
thing.
all.
It's just like I want to know what's going on and the connections that I was making, I want to make sure they kind of line up in my
Yeah.
thinking and things like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So if
there's
I
nothing
start,
wrong with rereading that series because it is
oh,
amazing.
it's so good.
So good.
But like I
I'll
said,
reread
like
it over.
I'm gonna read a series, I want to like keep it going. I don't want to
Yeah,
stop and go. Like I just need to push through.
agree.
So that was the
Yes.
first book, or it wasn't the first book I read, but one of the books that I read.
So, my second book, of course, we're steering away from my heavy fiction and we're going into romance. So, it's The Bridge Back to You by Riss M. Nielsen. Did you finish it yet?
No, I
Okay.
am 48% in.
Okay. I don't think I have any spoilers to
Mhm.
give away, obviously, because we normally don't, but I just don't want to push
Mhm.
anything, you know? So it's a second chance romance. This one follows two exes who pretty much went their separate ways, but were forced back together through an inheritance. So Olivia is a private chef, and Carmelo is the head chef in his mother's restaurant. And when his mother passes, they find out that she left some of her shares to Olivia. So now both Carmelo and Olivia share the restaurant. So
Mhm.
Olivia returns home just to kind of figure out what she's supposed to do in this situation or what she's going to do because nobody really understands what's going on and why she got the shares.
Mhm.
I adored this story so much. Yeah, and I'm not like huge on
Um,
romance is such a like I don't know, like I get so picky with them, but this was a really good one. I actually liked this one more than the previous one I read of hers, even though I
mhm.
love that one too. So this one has like a lot of like I enjoyed like the connections between the issues that each of them had, like the main characters, along with the people that were in their lives, the progression of their relationship and how she slowly like breaks him down to like loosen up a little bit. All the sweet moments that were said and unsaid, the mental health rep that was in this one, the slow burn, the angst, the tension, everything was just perfection. I
Oh,
enjoyed
I'm
every moment
slowly
of it.
getting there because I'm at the part where they're gonna he's gonna take some of her feedback on like changing the restaurant a little bit.
Okay.
So even when they're like reading the cards to each other to answer the questions, that part alone was so good. And then when he told her like they've always had chemistry, I was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, that line right there, perfect."
So
Because
good.
it is really good. I'm enjoying it, and I love how it has the characters from her old book in this one. That was like a super
Hmm.
surprise. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. So
Same.
I can see where like that slow burn, angsty kind of thing. Because even when they're reading the
Yeah.
cards, he describes how her feet kept like brushing his or things like that, like without her realizing it.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's like
excited to find out.
everything. It's not like in your face, like slow
No.
burn, like, oh, he looked at
Mhm,
me this way and whatever. No, it was like so subtle and it just
mhm.
felt re like real life,
Yeah.
like a normal life.
I'm excited. I'm really,
Mhm.
really excited to read it. So,
Yeah.
well, finish reading it because, like I said, I'm like 46% in. So that's actually one of the books I want to finish this week. Because I've been reading a little bit at night with it because I love her writing. Um, I feel like she's really good at capturing really hard feelings and having characters break down a little bit like
Yeah.
each other to really get the root of their like romance, which really enjoy.
Yeah.
So I've been pacing myself, but
I know
I'm
it
like
took me almost a
finishing.
whole month because I just finished it this past week. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
really
savoring it. See, look at
Mhm.
that. We're both doing exactly what we said we were gonna do. Just slow down and
Yeah.
enjoy the books.
Yeah, because there's no rush. I felt like I always had to rush my reads. And it's been really good to just enjoy it because I feel like
Hmm.
I can have like real conversations on it. And like I remember a lot more because
Yeah.
I am facing myself. So this was just like a really good book. It really was. Or
Hmm.
like is gonna be because it's just been so
It
enjoyable so
definitely
far.
is. Yeah.
Mhm. My next read, or one of the books that I read, was When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Vita Kelly. This is a historical fantasy, and safe to say, my first five-star read of the year. I didn't think it would come this fast. One, I read this book because she will be at Love Y'all, and I kind of want to read, a lot of the authors that are there. So I
Yeah.
did like a random name generator, and she was one of the ones that popped up. And I've heard really good things about this book, so I was like, okay, perfect. It's a Love Y'all book, and it's a book that I heard a lot about last year. And I now know why. One, I don't read a lot of historical fantasies or romances, but this was really good. So this is about Benny, who's a blacksmith, and he had to leave his home of Puerto Rico, and this is set in in 1910, so early 1900s kind of thing.
Hmm.
So like the rising of like blacksmiths and blacksmiths and um is it skyscrapers? It's a lot of like welding and things like that. So
Yeah.
he's a smith. Um, and he had to leave Puerto Rico for in the hopes of like a better life. But obviously, coming from Puerto Rico to New York, he's gonna be met with some discrimination and some just like hard times with just how people treat him. Um, and while he is working for a company, they are asked to build this tank for this Coney Island sideshow. And they kind of give them a briefing of like, okay, it has to have this glass, it has to have metal work, and it has to hold in a lot of water. And so the company knows how well Benny does with things like that, so they have him make it. And he did so well that um, when they were presenting it, the owner didn't really know a lot of the manufacturing questions, so Benny had to like step in, but then it kind of puts his boss in a bad light.
Yeah.
So he winds up kind of losing his job over it. But the Coney Island sideshow kind of comes through and they hire him to help with the sideshow and with the tank because he's the only one who knows how to handle it. And it's there where he finds out that they're gonna capture a merman or a mermaid because the Coney Island like head person, he's been all his life, he's always known that he's seen it one time and he's like, I know that they're out there and it's kind of like
Yeah.
consumed his whole life. So they actually capture one, and now Benny has ties to his newfound family kind of aspects of the Coney Island and all these like quirky characters. But then there's this merman in this tank, and he knows that this is wrong and he shouldn't be in there. He should be able to be free. And he develops a really good friendship that leads into this like super beautiful romance that like oh I just
Thank
love them
God.
together. I know I just love them together because it's not like your typical like lusty kind of romance. It's very like intentional. It's very like I love your mind kind of thing. And like who you are as a person or like as a merman. Um and like they were just able to like relate to each other on a deeper level. Um, and so Benny has to decide, does he continue with being in this sideshow and possibly interfering with his livelihood, or does he choose choose love and trying to help this mythical creature, back into the sea kind of thing. And it's so
That's
beautiful
sweet.
and it's so nice. And like I said, the side characters are really good. It's just a really good book. I really enjoyed it. And I did a
It
little bit
sounds
of
good.
audio and ebook for this one because I was so like into it that when I couldn't listen to it, I would just read it on my Kindle. And it's good. I feel like you would really like it too.
Yeah. I'll have to
I
add it to
like
my list.
yeah, and I just like that it talked about like New York and like how he's from Puerto Rico and then like he did some of his music and he played music and he was singing and it was in Spanish and it was just really nice. And
I love
in the
that.
book, the author she does a lot of her own illustrations in the book and they're
Mm.
really beautiful. So, it's a like not only is it a beautiful book to read, it's a really beautiful book to look at too because some of the chapter pages have really like her own artwork.
I love that. I'm definitely gonna
Hmm.
add it for
Yeah,
sure.
it's and it's
But
Ben Rio.
I need you, because you love
Hmm.
this one so much, to try to bump up Daughter of the Merciful Deep by Leslie Penelope. Historical fiction that still to this day is one of my favorite books. I
I
feel
know.
like you will love it, so I need you to get it. I don't
I
know if
love
there's an audiobook, there might be, but I just need you to get it.
Okay.
Please.
And I believe because you said the same thing about Thrum and I loved it. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely bump it up for sure.
Okay. Good.
So my other book was a YA fantasy. This is For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. This is a Pakistani romantic fantasy reimagining of The Count of Monte Cristo. And this is another Love Y'all author that I put in a random generator, which is you know what? I really like this because it's a lot of authors I've never heard of,
Hmm.
and I'm just now discovering, and this was really good. So this was an emotional, high stakes, revenge focused fantasy. Our female main character is seeking revenge for being wrongfully imprisoned, and she creates, while she's in prison, like this kind of like hit list of like all the people she wants to get for putting her in this position. And at the top of her list is the man she loves because he betrayed her and is one of the reasons why she's in prison. So,
Yikes.
yeah, talk about men, you know? But anyway, it was I enjoyed it. I just wish she was angrier. I wish it was more female rage. I
Okay.
understand having emotional ties to someone and kind of like softening, like being soft a little bit, but I needed her to make certain people like really feel it and like grovel, and I wanted more of that.
I feel like the
But
emotional aspect should have
I feel
given
like
her more rage.
yes, and then like so I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, because I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, because there is, you know, I needed her to be mad more. And I feel like the side character Noor, I feel like she really stole it for me because she was super funny. Um, and I need you to read it and I need you to tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
Because like I said, I feel like because it was YA, it wasn't as cutthroat as I wanted it to be.
Okay.
And I think that was the reasoning. Because it is a
That makes
young
sense.
adult. Not to say young adult can't be cutthroat, but I think
Hmm.
there's a fine line between it too as well. Um, but yeah, I needed her to be a little bit more mad. But it was great. As
Okay.
But the ending, Jenny, that's where it gets you, was the
Okay.
ending because I did not see, I'm really good, I feel like, picking up picking up where things are gonna go. And the ending blindsided me because I was not expecting that
Okay.
in a good way. Because I was like, what? You're lying. Like that's literally how I felt. I was like, no, that did not just fucking happen. That I remember saying that. I remember reading it, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And that was pretty good. So like
Okay.
that twist end, that was really good. Really, really good. But yeah, I wanted her to be mad more. Cause like I understand why like I understood why she like softened and she wasn't so raw, but at the same time I needed her to be.
Okay.
Especially if you put me in prison for a year.
Yeah. That's why I feel like for me, if she was so emotional about it and had so much connection with
Mhm.
someone, I feel like that should have added to the female rage
Yeah.
instead of
And
softening.
there's dark magic in this too. I forgot to mention. That's the
Okay.
fantasy aspect, the dark magic, because there is, I think it's like a plant that they make into a powder and it could give you powers. And um the whole thing, she was wrongfully in prison for a murder. And really, it was just so that this guy can get into power. And the reason he got into power was because of this like magical plant powder thing that gave him um gifts and stuff. So he was able to
Okay.
come into power really, really fast. So she kind of had to do the same thing. She had to like find a way um to get him and get this power without people realizing it's her. And it's really good the way that that's kind of shown on like put into the story. So it's really interesting. I really like the like dark magic um element to the story. But yeah, I just needed her to be a little bit angry. But it was
Okay.
high stakes because at any point someone can find out who she is. So it was a lot of like, oh my God, they're gonna get her. So it kept you on your
Okay.
toes.
I should have just read
But
it when I got it.
mm-hmm. Or do the girl audiobooks
I
because
know
this
it
was
just
an
takes
audio.
me. so long to do audiobooks because I'm doing one right
Mhm.
now. I literally started it at the beginning of the year and I'm still listening to it because I only do it when like I clean or do dishes or something, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
Oh,
take
same.
long. I'll get like a chapter done if that while I'm cleaning.
Same. Because honestly, I'm not gonna just sit in here and just listen to an audiobook.
You just sit
And
there.
it's just like I can't do that. I have to
No,
be
absolutely not.
actively doing something. And
Yeah.
then I used to do it on my ride into work, but because I only work like 5 minutes away now, I'm gonna hear and then it's gonna
Yeah.
be like
Yeah.
she ran down the hall. I'm
Same.
already at work. There's no
That's the same with me. I can't listen on the drive because it's only like 8 minutes, so it's not
so
worth
it's
it.
but I feel like it's a good start. I haven't been disappointed in any of my reads. Like they
Good.
haven't put me in a reading slump, nothing like that. So it's been an interesting start. Um, right now I'm reading and this one is a good one because it's supposed to be like a Medusa reimagining. Um, it is called A Drop of Venom.
Okay. That sounds familiar.
They said to check trigger warnings for it. But I probably won't. I'll just go in blind.
I know that's what I do.
But yeah, it's a drop of venom, and I think it's like a Medusa kind of reimagining.
Yeah, that title sounds familiar.
I think Sangni Patel is the author. Sajni Patel, Patel.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's what I'll be listening to. And then, yeah, I'm trying to keep it at 2 books at a time for myself because I don't want to go too crazy. And then
I know that's kind of what I've been doing, somewhat like
I'm
that.
like,
Because right now,
ebook audio. I need to start doing my physical. I have not picked up a
um,
physical book yet. We are how many days? 18 days into the new year and not one physical book.
I'm glad I'm at least trying to stick with one because the 1984 I had have that in physical copy. And then I did the whole my family picks the 26 books for me for 2026 so that I could at least bang those out. And the I feel like the only reason this is gonna work for me is because they don't know the book, so there's so many different genres on there,
Mhm.
and it's like a good mix of stuff. And I'm
Yeah,
not like doing like a, picking out of it blindly or whatever. I'm literally just picking what I want to read from that list out of
there.
my
That makes
copy book
sense.
phone.
Yeah, for
Yeah, so
sure.
that way I know that I'm going to be in the mood for it, and then I won't like put it down and pick it up later or whatever. So the
Oh,
first one I picked up was The Odyssey.
how's
It
that
is
going?
so good. I was so nervous because
Mm.
so many other people were like, yo, that's heavy.
It
And like
is.
it is really heavy. The
I
language is
also
hard.
Yeah, I think it's the language. I think it's the additions you get, like, could be touch and go. Because, like I said, I read it in college because I
Yeah.
needed it for a paper. So,
So I mean, this one's pretty easy to follow. Um, but there are some parts where like I'll have to go back to the beginning of the page to reread it. And I'm limiting myself to one chapter per day. So like I'll pick
mhm,
it up, just read one chapter. Because if I read multiple chapters, it would like burn me out. That's how
yeah,
like heavy it
yeah.
is. But it
Hmm.
is so good. I'm truly enjoying it. I actually am like 8 books in, I think. See, like I tapped each chapter to make sure that I don't pass each one per day. But I
Hmm.
really enjoyed it. I think most people know what it's about. It's about
Hmm.
Odysseus who is trapped on Calypso's island, and he basically needs to journey home, and also Telemachus, his son, is on the journey to go find him because all these men have overrun his house trying to marry his mother and take over Odysseus's throne. So they're both on the journey to basically sort of find each other. But
Mhm.
it's so, so good. I'm like, I'm excited to pick it up every day, I guess you could say.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
And
Mm.
a new movie's coming out this year. It looks so good.
It does look really good. I'm excited.
Everybody that's in it, like,
I
it looks
love
so damn
like
good.
I love anything like Troy, the
Hmm.
Odyssey, the Iliad. I love that whole like story and like the Cyclops and like all of that, like the mythology of it all. So they're
Yeah.
good. It's just a lot.
It is a lot, and that's
It's
why I
a lot
limit
because
myself.
it's it's a lot of story at a time, and it's a lot of
Hmm.
information to remember. So it's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. It's just a lot. Is I
Yeah.
don't think I would read it if I had to. Like I know I read it. Cool. The classic
I mean,
that
you essentially know the story. Like everybody knows
yeah.
the story. Um, I would not have picked it up if Mike didn't pick it for the 26 for 26, honestly. Because I know the
Mhm.
story, so it's not like I need to read it before this newer movie comes out. I've seen other
Right.
movies about him. Like,
Mhm.
it just, I need to get him to stop asking me to read it. So I'm reading it now. Suck it.
Mhm. Mhm. No, it's a
So,
good
yeah.
one. It's not a bad
And
one. It
I'm
is nice
also,
to know some of the
huh?
classics. I said it's
That's
nice
true.
to know some of the classics.
I can check off a classic for my
Mm-hmm.
list for the year because I probably won't do another one. Let's be
No.
honest.
No, but
Um,
would 1984 not be considered a classic
well, I
because
guess
it's
you're right. That is a
old, right?
classic. But it seems
Right?
so that's the thing. Like it seems so current. It does
Right.
not seem like a fucking classic, but it clearly is.
Mm-hmm. Since it was written so long ago.
Dang. I'm starting the year off real fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm. Very knowledgeable. There you go.
Okay. So the other one I'm reading this month or right now is I'm listening to the audiobook. It's The Darkness Outside Us by Elliot Schreffer, and it's a
Okay.
YA sci-fi thriller. It
Okay.
is so good, so cute, and so
A cute thriller.
yes, it's
Okay.
so okay, so here's the thing. When I first looked at it, I thought it was a YA romance, like a coming of age YA romance. There is romance in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sort of, kind of. I'm still like in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more thriller, suspense, but because it's between two characters, so it's two male characters, and they're on this ship together. And they were chosen to go on this mission to find one of the main character's sisters who had gone off on a mission to see if this moon planet was habitable. So she went out, she disappeared. 2 years go by, we get a distress signal. So now they're both chosen to go, and he happens to be like the girl's sister, and they're stuck on this ship together for who knows how long. They're very suspicious about the AI that's like part of the ship, and
Mm-hmm.
they know that protocols are protocols and their countries have their back, but they're still kind of suspicious. So they're stuck together, basically trying to have each other's back. One of them is broody and,
Mm-hmm.
handsome. And then the other one's just like, hey, come over, let's watch a movie. And this guy's like, what's this? Like, it's so freaking cute. I absolutely love it. I'm enjoying every moment of it.
No, it sounds good.
Scared.
Love that. But you scared?
I'm scared because I don't know how it's gonna end. I feel like it's not gonna end good because it's a thriller.
Mm.
So I'm nervous. I'm conflicted. Like I went into it thinking it was probably a romance, but
Mm-hmm.
it's because that's just like a background
And you
noise. But
said there's AI involved.
yeah, and they're suspicious already about it. So the
Mm-hmm.
AI is in like the ship that's talking to them is in his mother's voice, like the main character. Yeah, and he could change it to like different things,
Okay.
but it started off as his mother's voice. And
Mm,
I don't know why, because these are two different countries that sent
right.
one person into a ship. So why is it his mother's voice? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like scared it's gonna be some kind of like dream thing and he's really dead and is not like for real. And that's what I'm like scared
Yeah.
about. Because why
Mm-hmm.
is it his mother's voice? Like I don't know. I
He's
just
like a
really wanted it to
coma
be a
or
romance.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to know now. Finish it.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah. I'm like, I think 50, maybe 60% in. So
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
you're gonna have to tell me. You're gonna have to text me. It was this.
That's like the first thing I thought of. I'm like, why is it in his mother's voice? And then I realized there's another person on the ship with him and he
hmm
can hear her too. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why?
That's a weird start for sure.
And why did they send him along to like accompany him to the ship? He's claiming he's there because they don't want in case something happens to him, like then he has to go save this guy's sister. So it's Kodiak and Ambrose. And then Ambrose doesn't know if she's even alive, so they don't know if they're going in to recover a body or to save her. So it's just a lot of questions.
Yeah, but that makes it good. That makes
I
it good.
know. It's really, really good.
That's exciting.
I'm enjoying it.
I need to know.
And it's a duology, and I'm the second one's already out, so I don't know like I know,
Ooh,
and I'm glad it's out because I feel like if this one ended on a cliffhanger and I didn't
right.
have the second one, I would be so mad because already I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, it is gonna be a cliff. It's gonna be.
I
Or
know, I'm just
like,
so scared.
oh no. Well, positive vibes.
Yeah.
You and your book experience. Well, that is everything we've read so far and are
Yes.
currently reading. So pick up one of our books. They're good.
Yes, they've all been great so far.
Yes. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.